Hi there. So it's the month of October, and in addition to pumpkin spice lattes and apple pies, this month is the month that we in the Lutheran Church celebrate the Reformation. I know that not everyone who watches this considers themselves a Lutheran, but there's this joke that in the month of October, every Protestant becomes a Lutheran. So in honor of the Reformation, this month, each tidbit video I want to devote to a different Lutheran teaching. This week we'll do the Lutheran doctrine of vocation. Now don't let that word scare you. Vocation just means calling. So think of your calling in life or your occupation. The Lutheran doctrine of vocation is important because in many ways it has shaped the whole Western world. And what do I mean by that? Well, at the time of Martin Luther in the 1500s, the common thinking was that the only people that were called by God to do something in this life were the priests and the nuns and the monks and people who did like a spiritual work. Martin Luther, of course, entered into one of these vocations as he became a monk, and he tried to make himself holy before God. But when Martin Luther discovered the gospel, that we are made righteous and we are made holy by faith in Jesus, he came to see that any vocation could be holy because our holiness comes to us from the outside. It's given to us as a gift. And so we are made holy in our vocation, whatever that happens to be. And this kind of shaped and changed how he thought about vocations in life. So he talked about vocations in this life like God is wearing a mask. Now, I don't mean a scary mask like we're going to see at the end of this month around Halloween. But God is wearing a mask in the sense that his identity is hidden so that we don't recognize that it's him. And the mask that God is wearing is vocations. So that you could be a peasant farmer and realize that through you, God is feeding people. Or you could be a doctor and realize that through you, God is healing people. This teaching continues to be important today because it should shape and change how we think about our own vocations and occupations that we're in our lives. So that we would understand that God is working through our job even to give his blessings to our fellow human beings. That even though we are the ones doing the work, God is actually the one behind the scenes giving his good things to his creation. I think it's maybe a little easier for us to see this with clergy and for people in my vocation, because I'm a pastor, and so my job is to give you the word and the sacraments, and you understand that I'm doing this for God, and you receive them as from the hand of God. But I don't think we see it so much with other vocations. So you don't necessarily see that what you're providing for other people is God providing that for them. So there's your tidbit on the Lutheran doctrine of vocation. If you want to read more about that, I'd recommend reading The Freedom of a Christian by Martin Luther. It's not very long. You could probably get through it in an hour or two.